Hi, this is Trepacer. Welcome to my in-bed vlog for Saturday, the 27th of September, 2024. Excuse me. Hope everybody had a good week. It was weird. It was a weird week for me because I was off, on Monday. Then I went to work back on Tuesday, Wednesday. Then I was off on Thursday, and then went back to work on Friday. And then I got to go back to work. Next week will be a full week. Tuesday is the last day with the old company, and Wednesday is the first day with the new company. And we're gonna have a meeting on Monday where he explains because we have to, I guess, you know, sign in as new workers and all that stuff. So there's a bunch of stuff he has to tell us, instruct us on how to do on Monday. So we'll have that meeting on Monday and stuff. And then, like I said, Wednesday is the first full day. And like I said, this was the last full week for the old company. And then we got 2 days with the old company. And then Wednesday is the first day with the new company. So that's how that is, how that goes. So it's going to be the job's going to be the same. It's just working for a new company, and they just have to tell us the procedures. And there's a bunch of meetings, like how to order stuff and stuff for the new company and stuff. That I got 3 meetings, I think, for the first 2 meetings. I think the first week next week, and I think one for I think the 7th. Okay, but the job is still the same. It's just you're working for a different company, so just have to, um, get used to. We fill out all the paperwork and stuff, did our interviews and stuff. So it's just them telling us how, what their procedures are and stuff. And I assume maybe we're gonna get a new ID card and stuff. But it's the job is the same. So it is what it is. What else? Oh yeah, I did record my reactions to Peacemaker, to Alien Earth, episode 8, which is the final episode of the season. I'm hoping it gets renewed for season 2 because it definitely ended in an interesting way. And Peacemaker episode 6, which was amazing. Okay, and episode 4 of Gen V season 2, episode 4, which was again a good episode too, a reveal in that as well. So what I'm going to do is tonight, I'm going to start editing the Peacemaker. I think I can do it on my phone, which I can do. I think the show was only 35 minutes, so I should be able to edit it fairly fast. And then tomorrow I will edit the Alien Earth on Windows Movie Maker on my computer, and I can record my reaction to edit my reaction to Gen V episode 4 on my phone, and I can do that. Now, hopefully, let's see. I'm trying to think. I may have to do it. Let's see, because it's like 40 something minutes, so maybe I can do it in. Because I'm trying to think. I may not be able to do like Peacemaker. Like tonight, I should be able to edit it tonight because it's only like 35 minutes, and then maybe. You know what? I'm going to see if I can do this. Edit Alien Earth. While I'm editing Alien Earth, I can edit Gen V on my phone as well. I'll see if I can do that. Maybe around 1 o'clock. While I'm watching the football. Actually, yeah, it's going to be wacky to try to do. But those are the 3 things I'm going to try to edit and stuff. So hopefully I can do that. And I should be able to do definitely. Peacemaker tonight because it's only 35 minutes. I think Alien Earth is like 44 minutes. No, Gen V I think it's 44 minutes, and I can edit that on my phone because I did those on my phone, episode 1 to 3, and I was able to get those uploaded to my let's see, because I was off Monday, so I had an extra day to edit those. So I may have to. The Gen V episode 4 edit may go into Monday, and maybe I have to try to work on that after. Or what I can do is maybe if I can edit part of it on Sunday, and then when I get home from work on Monday, edit the rest of it. I think I can probably do it like that if I'm not able to finish editing it tomorrow. Okay, so. But I think it's 40 something minutes, so I may be able to edit it tomorrow. I'm sorry, I'm just like speaking out loud and stuff. But anyway, like I said, it's the job is the same. It's just that we're working for a new company, and so it's just that we got to get used to different things and stuff. And we, like I said, we have the meeting on Monday where our boss is going to tell us how you're going to have to, because I think the first day you're going to have to log in a certain way, and I think you're also supposed to put in your vacation time and your sick time and stuff. Well, they're going to instruct us on how to do that, so it's just a matter of getting used to it. Okay, so I think that's it. And also, yeah, like I said, get paid 5 times, I think, in October, so I'm definitely going to have a digital code giveaway contest towards the end of October. I'll definitely be having that, so look, you got that to look forward to. And I think, I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, Marvel Zombies is out. I think that's an animated episodes on Disney Plus. I may, because Alien Earth is over with, once I edit it tomorrow, that's it until hopefully season 2. So I may see if I can watch Marvel Zombies. Okay, because I think it's the same people that did What If, the animation style and stuff. And so I may, I think they dropped 4 episodes, because I've seen, I think some people, I think they dropped 4 episodes. I don't know how many they're going to be all together. Maybe there'll be 8 episodes or whatever. And see, Peacemaker has 2 more episodes to go, and Gen V, I think, has 4 more episodes to go. I think it's 8 episodes. So Gen V has 4 more weeks to go. Peacemaker has 2 more weeks to go, and Alien Earth ended. So I may be able to squeeze in Marvel Zombies in there somewhere. Just gotta work on that. And I do have a dental appointment on the 13th of October. I thought it was the 6th for some reason, the 3rd or something, but no, it's on the 13th, which is a Monday. Okay, and I think we're able to still keep our dental and medical. So, well, yes, I think it's in the afternoon too. So I'm just going to work and just got to make sure, you know, that we have the time, you know, and stuff, because I think we still keep the same amount of time and stuff in terms of vacation time. So anyway, I think that. So what I'm going to do is I'm not watching the Met game. I'm going to update myself on it, because I started to watch the game yesterday, and they had a 2-0 lead, and then they just gave up, you know, 6 runs in the, I think it was the 5th inning, just, and again lost. And of course the Reds won, so now the Mets and excuse me, and the Reds are tied. Diamondbacks lost, so they're technically, I think, out of it. But remember, the Reds have the tiebreaker, so basically the Mets have to, you know, to win. I think they have to either win 1 game and hope Cincinnati loses 2, or win 2 games and hope Cincinnati wins 1. I think that's the only way they're going to get in. I think I got that right, because I think if they're tied at the end, Cincinnati has a tiebreaker, and because they beat them head to head. Because remember they played them early in September, and they won the first game, and then they lost the last 2. And now, so Cincinnati has the tiebreaker. So I think the Diamondbacks are finished. So hopefully the Mets will win today. I would just hope they just win both these games today and tomorrow, and then just hope Milwaukee can beat them. Because I think all Milwaukee has to do is beat them 1 game. And as long as the Mets have because they're tied right now, so if the Mets win 2 games, they'll be up 1 game, and Cincinnati just wins 1 game, they'll be up 1 game, and they'll get the playoff slot, even though they haven't played and I made videos on my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions, about the Mets, the way they've been playing since early June. They've really kind of crapped the bed, okay, and I think there's going to be a lot of changes needed. Okay, I think I said that in the video and stuff. If you watch my other channel, which is the link is in the description box, my Paul Views and Opinions channel, I talked about the Mets and their horrible playing and stuff. So if you want to watch that video, just click over to my other channel, and you can look at. I think it's one of the more of the recent videos that I've done. Okay, but I hope they don't choke, because if they, I really hope they don't. because if they get in, they have to go play the Dodgers. I think play 3 games in Chez Ravine. I think that's what it is for that 3-game playoff. I think they have to play all 3 games in LA, and so because the Dodgers haven't been, despite all their money as well, they haven't played um, as well as they were hope people were expecting them to play. They put it that way. People were expecting them to win maybe like 100 games or something more. I think people expected more of them because they remember they signed a bunch of players and stuff. But a lot of the Dodgers got hurt and all that stuff. So, but if the Mets win, I think Tuesday playoff start. I think so. I think that they would have to go to LA and, like I said, play LA and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think they play. I think that's what I remember. As they said, the playoffs start Tuesday. So hopefully, again, I hope they don't choke. I really hope they don't. But either way, the Mets going to have to make some substantial changes to their teams, and like I said, to their team, their roster. Like people are going to be gone. Like Marte will be gone because his contract runs out, I think, and Jeff Winger, what's his name? Winger, the outfielder, the lefty they had who got hurt, and back got hurt, and I think he only signed a 1-year contract too, so he'll be gone too. Okay, and like I said before, the Mets need to they need to sign an ace or trade for an ace. Okay, and I know I mentioned this, I think, in that video too. What I think the Mets need to do is keep Sprout and McLean, who's pitched the best. He's their like new ace. They pitched the best, even though yesterday Sprout didn't couldn't hold on to it. You know, he got roughed up a little bit, but I think him and McLean are the future of this team, and I think Tong is too. But I think Tong needs to stay in AAA next year to develop, you know, I think another pitch and stuff, and work on his pitch because he's only pitched 2 games in AAA before they promoted him. He dominated AA, but then they moved him up, and I think he only started twice in AAA before they called him up. But as you see, he's gotten hit hard, and I think in 2 of the games that he's pitched, and I think he definitely needs more seasoning. So I think definitely he'll be starting next year in AAA. Tong, but you can tell he has the talent. He just has to refine it a little bit and work on it and stuff because he's not, he's basically he's a 2-pitch pitcher, and sometimes his breaking pitch and stuff doesn't get over, so he needs to work on that in AAA, which I think will happen. And I think you might see him after the All-Star break, depending on how good he does in AAA next year. So you got him, and I think also Kristen Scott got hurt. I think he's supposed to come back next year, so you could potentially have him to the rotation as well. And I think they need to get rid of Senga. They really do, because it's just too much stuff. The Mets are desperate for starting pitchers, and they still didn't call him up. And that just shows me, again, I think the Mets are done with him, Kodai Senga, because you just have to bend over backwards too much for him to be right to pitch. So I think the best thing for the Mets to do is just trade him if you can. Okay, and same thing with I would put Holmes and Peterson in the bullpen. Okay, because it just apparently, especially Peterson, the second half of this year, he's been god awful. Okay, and I think maybe he hits a wall too, just like Clay Holmes hit a wall too, because he's never been a starter. I think until he first came up with Pittsburgh. But Clay Holmes, I think you'd be better off putting them in the bullpen, because Clay Holmes has pitched out of the bullpen, and Peterson has, and I think that probably might be the best thing for the team. And you have McLean, Sprout. You let Mania get that the injury, let him get the surgery on his elbow. So you have him, maybe Kristen Scott, okay, and maybe Tong. But I think that, and also, like I said, trade for Alcantara, who pitched against the Mets yesterday. You can tell he has talent, and I think he won the Cy Young in 22. But he definitely, Mets need to trade for him, and I would trade Vientos, Mauricio, and give them 2 young pitchers for if I get Alcantara. And they might do that deal, the Marlins, because that way they get 4 young players that are under their control for at least 4 years, I think, or more. And that's what I would do. That would be the thing I would do. I give Brett Beatty the third base job because he's the best defensive guy that you got in the infield, and he can hit for power, and he's a lefty. So I would put him on and I would re-sign Pete. I would offer Pete a 5-year contract. If Pete wants more than that, I'd tell Pete bye-bye, because I think the Mets have a power hitting lefty that can play first base in the minor league. So if Pete wants more than that, I'll just say thank you, Pete. Thanks for the memories, and you go on. But I would love to offer him. I would offer him a 5-year deal, 150 million. Okay, I would offer him that and see if he takes it, because like I said, and then I trade McNeil. As much as McNeil, I like him, and he's versatile, that he can play, second and center field. He only has 1 year left, I think, on his contract. I would trade him so you can get one of the young kids, either Jet Williams or somebody else, to play second base. Okay, and I would trade Brandon Nimmo if you could. But Brandon Nimmo, I think, got a 5-year contract. Got 5 years left on his contract, and he has no arm. Okay, and again, remember Brandon Nimmo, when he first came out, he could play center field, but now, because he could do the injuries and stuff, they stuck him in left. But he got 5 years left on his contract, which is like totally ridiculous. And I think the Mets need a true center fielder, and I think I would, if I could trade Nimmo, as much as I like him, I would trade him, because you got to figure the Mets have 3 to 4 years of prime. If they re-sign Pete, right? You got Pete, Lindor, Soto, who else? And you got Alvarez, who's another guy who hopefully can get it together and stop getting hurt. Okay, that'd be your 4 core guys right there that can hit at least 20 home runs or more. And you have this window before Lindor starts going down, so you have to go for it, and no more bargain basement hunting for pitchers. If I was Steve Cohen, I would tell David Stearns, no more bargain basement hunting for pitchers. Okay, you can trade. Again, like I said, I would trade for Alcantara. If the Marlins would take that trade, they may not take it. But if I could, I would trade, so that way you have Alcantara, McLean, Sprout, Mania, maybe Kristen Scott if he's decent in spring training, and then Jonah Tong will come up after the All-Star break. And that's your starting rotation right there. Like I said, I put Clay Holmes and Peterson in the bullpen. Okay, to strengthen your bullpen. Okay, you put those two, that lefty and a righty who's pitched out of the pen before, both of them, and I think that would strengthen your team. But anyway, I'm rambling. Okay, so anyway, again, look for my Peacemaker reaction, episode 6, my Alien Earth episode 8 reaction, and my Gen V season 2 episode 4. Okay, the Peacemaker video you'll probably get tomorrow, and Alien Earth you probably get tomorrow as well. Okay, the only thing you probably won't get tomorrow will probably be Gen V. That'll probably be Monday, because I'm going to see if I can edit part of it. If I can't finish it off, I'll finish it off on Monday when I come home from work. Okay, so that's what I am going to do. Okay, so you got those videos to look forward to, and I also have the Wicked for Good trailer on my computer. I just didn't upload it, so maybe I can do that, not tonight, maybe tomorrow. Okay, so anyway, in the description box, I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. Also have a link to my other channel, Paul Views and Opinion. You check that out as well. Also, I have a link down below to my Patreon. My Patreon is only $5 a month. Over 200 videos on there, 5 different categories. You get 5-minute preview clips of all the content that's on there. Follow the link. It'll take you to my Patreon page. Also have a link down below to my merchandise store. As you can see, I'm wearing my Trepacer logo shirt. I also have the Spherical Circles logo. That's the other logo that I have on my merchandise store. I put it on hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, water bottles, teddy bears. Okay, for men, women, unisex. Follow link. It'll take you to my merchandise store. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Trepacer saying so long, and take care.